I don't see anything, Davis.
It just gave me a message. Did it ever come up? Did it start?
Nope. It was just the logo the whole time.
It says it's starting again. What about now?
Still got nothing. Now it's starting.
Well, I had this whole bit I was doing when I pretended that I was talking, but I wasn't really talking. Now I assume people can hear me. We have a great show today. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Buzz. We have the yearbook dedications coming up in just a minute. You'll find out who won. Then we have a lot of apologies for Monday's show, including a very special heartfelt apology from me to Harry Styles. But first, let's get things started off with a little more than words. And good morning, Mr. Shaw.
Good morning.
Special guest appearance today on the Morning Buzz on some official business.
Late breaking news here.
Yes, a very official business. Doing this, well, all this that we do, it seems like all we do is new now. Very little routine to what we are doing. This is a new yearbook dedication ceremony going on this morning. Normally we'd have the yearbook staff up in front of the entire school in the gym, and we would dedicate the yearbook, and then we'd have the seniors go get their yearbooks, and it's always a production. Well, that's a little out of the norm for today, so we're gonna do the yearbook dedication here on Buzz Media, and we'll start the distribution of yearbooks tomorrow.
If it makes you, if you want to be more normal, you can like shush the people in the back.
That's right.
Their attention.
We already shushed Gentura. We threw him right off the Zoom.
I was here when you did that. He took it well. I need to clarify because I'm not sure when this is airing. So we're going to begin yearbook distributions on Thursday. So depending upon when this airs, we're going to begin distributions.
You were right. Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Yes. Yeah. It is Wednesday morning at live at 10:15.
And we're live.
All right, so
you want to dive right into it, guys, or how do you want to do
dive right into it, man? Let's hear this thing. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so bear with me. I'm just gonna read what the yearbook staff has written on the dedication page for this year's recipient, and then I'll make the announcement, and I believe that individual will then be able to join us. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Unless it's me, in which case I'm already here.
Right. Right. Yes. Just in case.
This is just an elaborate setup.
All right. So throughout our time at Levitt, you have been there for every single one of us, whether we embraced it or not. You're a coach, a teacher, a mentor, a welcomed bully, and you feel like a friend, but are honestly more of a cool, progressive mom to everyone. You demand respect, but in the end, it's impossible not to respect you. For most of us, you're one of the only authority figures that we feel like we can completely trust. Regardless of the questions we have or advice we need, it is guaranteed to be received by your judgment-free, in quotes, at least to our faces, and answered incredibly bluntly, which is the perfect dose of reality that most of us need. If something ever needs to get done, we know to come to you because you are a complete powerhouse who accomplishes everything with exceptional results in a fraction of the time of anyone else. With so much more to say, it simply comes down to just saying thank you for everything you do. And that is to Ms. Blockler-Labrie for all that she's done for the senior class. And this year's yearbook, 2020, it's backwards on there, but is dedicated to Caroline Blockler-Labrie.
Oh, it's awesome. The applause. All right, we can bring you out now from behind the curtain. Oh, there it is.
Good morning.
Until this the part, I thought I still had a shot, but
the authority part, is that what you said?
No, the mom part, but the
Oh,
authority part.
mom. I thought you said authority. I was like, whoa, okay.
Get none of that either.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
how does it feel?
Pretty good. I mean, we definitely put a lot of time into the class of 2020, so it feels nice. I liked the at least you won't say it to our face. If you're judging us, you're not going to say it to our face. Yeah, it feels nice. I mean, this class is really special. I mean, obviously now, like, even more so it's special because everything's been going on. But I was just thinking about, like, they came in as one of the smallest classes. And, they've just done a great job of, whether it's the fundraising or involving everybody, those types of things. They were already a special class, and now they'll be kind of forever remembered as a special class because of everything that's going on with their special graduation and all that stuff. So it's nice to be a part of it. So
I have a question for you. As your 4 years of the class advisor, is there one particular moment that stands out to you as being like just one memory of the class that you won't forget?
When they won Winter Carnival this year, I was really excited for them. Because, we were kind of like the small but mighty little group that they are. That was a really big one. Multiple, just usually like Winter Carnival is kind of like one of the bigger ones just because everybody's there and it's a big focus and they put so much time into it. Because I remember their freshman year trying to get them really hyped up about Winter Carnival, and they were all just kind of like, what is it? And I said, every single one of you is good at something, and you're gonna have to show it off at Winter Carnival. If you ever want to win Winter Carnival, everyone's got to do what they're the best at. So one of the kids was like, we did what we were best at, and I was like, you sure did, So that was probably one of the special ones because they were just they were so proud, and it's one of those things where you have to come together to do it and be successful. So probably that, especially because it's the most recent too. So.
Nice. We've got 4 Levitt alums on here as well, which is pretty cool. Talk a little bit about just what it's like to teach and then be recognized like this at the school that you used to go to.
Yeah. So anytime I see anybody that I went to school with, if they don't already know, they're like, "Oh, like, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm a teacher. Where did you teach Levitt?" No, and everyone does that every single time. And then they're like, what's it like? Is this person still there? Is this person still there? Is this person still there? What's Winter Carnival like? Is homecoming still like it's like I get like the same questions every single time to the point where like I should just have like a piece of paper that's like, yes, it's all the same, but I feel really fortunate that I was able to actually, since I graduated college, I've only been in MS 8052. I did 1 year at the elementary school. And then I replaced Miss Duchette, who was my health teacher, in the same classroom. So I think it's been really cool. I think it's nice to just kind of know what to expect because we're pretty good at honoring traditions, I think. And so I feel like probably being a class advisor and a Levitt grad, I feel like I probably went like, I was more excited about like traditional things than the kids were. Because I'm like, it's a tradition, you're gonna do it now, that kind of stuff. But I think it's been really, I feel I'm really appreciative that I get to work where I do, because it was really easy to just, your first year, I was 22 when I started teaching at Levitt, which I was like, you're hiring a 22-year-old to teach health, this is gonna be interesting. But
I don't care who teaches health, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting no matter what. And then you add the weirdness of me. But it was so much easier to feel like I could hit a stride easier because I went to school there. And so, like I knew where, it wasn't like I was unfamiliar with the building or I wasn't familiar with, 80% of the staff because they were all still there.
You know what HBT stands for?
Or prime time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hathaway was my freshman science teacher.
That's true.
That's
back in the day when I used to teach the old physical science.
Yep. And I had chemistry with Shaw too.
That's right.
Pretty lucky.
I think I knew him pretty well.
You didn't have history with me, and I don't know if that makes you lucky.
I did not. I did not. I don't even know why. I had Todd Robbins my freshman year. That was a really high bar.
There you go. I have to ask, not that you probably were already, but now that you have the yearbook dedicated to you, and you're married to Dan Legree, the famous facility director, but mostly famous for making those masks.
Oh yeah.
You guys are like the biggest power couple around now.
We're a threat in a good way.
Just
We're a threat because we're just going to go out of our way to help you.
Tell us about the mask making deal and what that's been like. That's been pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So I'm just like a minion, but I'm a minion that obviously like throws little opinions out there. So I can even show you a couple, but I'm actually in the sewing room, which used to be our dining room. But so he came home. I don't know. I saw it on like Facebook or a news story that Joann's was making little kits for people to make masks, either for themselves or healthcare professionals. And then he came home. And if you don't know, my husband is an incredibly busy person. He doesn't sit still well. There's always a project going on, whether it's for us or for somebody else. And so I was talking to his mom about it because his mom sews, crochets, makes clothes, all kinds of stuff. So we were talking about it, and he kind of listened and was already thinking about things that he wanted to do. And so he's like, we're going to Joann's. We get in the car, we go to Joann's, and he gets a kit, and then he just kind of like lit a fire. He's a super, he's always inclined to help people. Like that's just like a natural, like his automatic response is, how do I help somebody? So go to Walmart, get a sewing machine, which I brought up that I knew how to sew because I took Fiber and Fabric 1 and 2 at Levitt with Sharon Hathaway. With Sharon Hathaway. I know how to knit, crochet, make clothes. Not very good at any of them, but I can do them. And so his mom gave him a little bit of a sewing machine lesson, and we watched the little like instructional video on how to make them. And when, took, first time, obviously, like he's also learning how to use a sewing machine. And so he took him about like probably a half hour, 40 minutes to make the first one, and then kept getting faster and faster. And then I brought up, what you learn in history class, that the assembly line is a quick way to improve efficiency and save all this time. So then we started kind of setting it up as like this assembly line where he would do all the stitching and then I do all the pinning and then that whole thing. So then it really just took off. It was made, I don't know how many are we at now? We're at probably almost 4,000 masks. And he's a baseball official, he's an umpire, and there's no baseball. So this is kind of like replaced what he would do if he was at a game. So one day he jokingly was taking a video of him in his umpire gear to send to his umpire friends, and big umpire like charity corporation called UmpsCare saw the video. It was on ABC News, and so people started reaching out to him about it, and so we've sent some masks to UmpsCare so that they can go into hospitals and visit some people, because depending on where they are, it's umps all over the country. And then we got interviewed by Yes Network, which is basically like Nesson, but for the Yankees.
For the bad guys. That's the problem.
Yeah, we were like, oh, but so every time something's happened like that, we get more feedback from people that either want to give us materials, things like that. The Mars, Terry and Joe Marr, have given tons and tons of fabric. Joe Marr cuts all the elastics, and even so, shout out to Neil Ryu's mom, Sue.
I love Sue Ryu. She's one of my favorites.
She's the sweetest lady. Yeah. So Neil, I was telling Neil we were making masks, and he goes, "Oh, my mom's super crafty. I wonder if she would want to do it." So we started leaving them on her porch, and she would throw them out, like finished ones, out the window to us. And so we started. We kind of had. There's a lady that lives a couple houses behind us on the side street that's also making some masks. And we're bringing them mostly to the Central Maine healthcare system, so they go out to all the Central Maine hospitals in the area, because everyone's required to wear them when they go. And then we started making the little headband pieces. It's like I don't know. It's just like a little crocheted piece, and it's got buttons on it, so that when you pull your mask on, you don't hook it on your ears, you hook it on the buttons, so it takes the pressure off of their ears. And then we made some headbands for a little bit too with the buttons. So we're trying to make people more comfortable. So it's been a production.
That's pretty cool. I got to ask you one other question before we let you go. When's the due date?
June 7th.
June 7th. And then for entertainment purposes only, if somebody were betting on the over or under, do you feel the over or the under right now?
Oh, I've been thinking the under.
Evan says under.
What do you
I
say?
go back
though?
and forth. So if it helps for people who really want it, and I'm totally fine with this being like a game, a bet, I'm totally fine with that, is that my Violet was almost 7 days late.
Now, what was the weight? Because we can get the over under there too.
Violet was 8 pounds, 7 ounces.
There you go. What about boy or girl?
That's another thing. I think the girl, it's still, we don't know. We had enough surprises going on with this one that we were just like, okay, fine, we'll just wait.
All right.
So, yeah.
We'll be making this into a Buzz Media contest.
You can totally make it a Buzz Media game
Yes.
of, like, you can do, if you want to just do early or late, June 7th is the due date. And then I would guess that I probably, based on her dad and myself, that I'm guessing if I have a baby that weighs less than 8 pounds, then like, who knows? Maybe I didn't eat. I don't know. And then there's an ongoing debate about whether this child will have a full head of hair or not, because Violet came out with a full head of hair. So if you want to, you can make it a full Buzz Media game if you want.
Do like the parlay bet where you put like the multiple ones together.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, before we let you go, I'm going to give you a rapid fire. Got to choose 6 questions, and
Okay.
in the name of the game, you got to choose. Ready?
Okay.
Better companion in the Millennium Falcon, Chewie or Lando?
Chewy.
Chewie. Friends or Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Good answer.
So far,
Rice Krispies or Cheerios?
I guess Rice Krispies.
Yes.
Snap, crackle, pop. When you played field hockey in high school, you played in the field, but I believe in college you played in the goal for a while, correct?
I did. I won a playoff game. I stopped a stroke. I had a
There you
couple
go.
shutouts. Yeah.
Would you rather play in the field or play in the goal?
Field.
Field. You're right in the midst of this, so Pampers or Huggies?
We're Pampers. We're Pampers Swaddlers people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Says Evan like he knows.
Hey, we were totally Pampers the whole time.
Pampers the
I
whole
was actually
time.
born my freshman year of high school.
That's correct. Yes.
My dad actually had to come. My dad relieved Eben of JV softball for my freshman year.
That's
There you
right.
go. We're whatever's on sale. That's what we were. And then the last one, you got to sit down and watch some cartoons with the kids. Would you prefer Jimmy Neutron or Rugrats?
Rugrats, because I watched Rugrats.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Good answers, Caroline. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank
Congratulations.
you, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, I'm switching back to me because this is a tricky technical delay that I'm not apologizing for because it's not my fault, which is I need to find where the show we just filmed went on my computer because it wasn't processed when the show started. I think I just found it, just like that. And good morning.
We are live.
We are.
Right?
Yes.
We're live. What today? Is it Wednesday?
Yep. You know,
Right.
Buzz Media helps me know what day of the week it is because I know it's either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday.
Right. You get a 3 out of 7 shot.
Yeah. Great. I have not even thought about extreme in a really long time until More Than Words came through last
I wonder why.
Is More Than Words Extreme's only like popular song? Is that the only one that hit it?
I think they might have had like one other song that they might have made like a video out of and put it on MTV back when it used to play videos.
And
It's just
feel
the
like it was-
nonstop ridiculous, but
I feel like wasn't there other songs something like Heavier maybe?
Yeah, we'll have to do some crack research on that.
Right.
While I'm doing that, today's show is sponsored by Allstate. Allstate Insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate. Contact your local rep, Dave Bachler, or his son, Buck, for a quote, 783-0766. So yeah, let me dial that up real quick. Extreme hits,
They
hit
had
songs.
they were definitely like the hair band, right? Like didn't those guys
Yeah.
have like
They look kind of like Nelson, like that kind of hair, right? Or Warrant. Remember Warrant?
There were so many of those bands.
I just think like that song is it's a ballad. It would be considered a ballad. That's the only
Definitely a
song from
ballad.
Extreme I know, and it's not very extreme.
No, it's not extreme at all. Like
Wholehearted. That was the other song.
That doesn't sound extreme either.
no, they were
Right.
missing.
They have another one called Get the Funk Out,
Oh, that's a little extreme.
but I don't remember that one.
I don't either. I have
You
no
could get the funk out, right?
Yes.
MK. Okay. I was like,
Oh
I
man.
can't believe you.
That's good stuff. We got some birthdays today, people. Cher, 73 today.
Wow.
You alive?
Morgan, you a big Cher fan?
Mm.
You
I
know who
do.
Cher is.
I do, yes.
All right. Who is she
Believe
married
in life
to?
after love? I believe in life after love.
Who is she married to, Morgan? You don't know who Cher is.
Do you believe in life after love? Is that
Okay, I don't know everything. Listen, whatever.
What was wait? I'm blanking
I
on
think
it.
she
What
was
the
married to
big-
like 4 different people too. You had like
Yeah,
4
I was like,
guesses,
that's
right?
a hard question.
Could've gone with
I was
Sonny
thinking
Bono.
Sonny and Cher. What was the big Sonny and Cher song? I'm blanking on it right now.
I got you.
Oh yeah, I got you, babe. Right?
I got you, babe. Yeah, have you heard that one, Morgan?
Oh,
Can you sing it for us?
no. But that's not because I don't know it. That's because I can't sing.
How about in the wrap up, Davis will sing some Extreme and you can sing some Sonny and Cher.
How about not, since nobody can hear him?
Oh,
Oh, good point. Good point. Also, Busta Rhymes, 47 today. Put your hands where my eyes can see them.
also, there's so many great things about Busta Rhymes.
A lot of great things. Woo-ha, got you all in check.
Busta Rhymes is the name. Busta Rhymes is awesome.
Yes.
Like it's one of the
Great.
best.
He was a big collaborator with Tribe Called Quest as well.
Also
Which,
really good.
I'm a big fan of. So
Is
love
Busta-
you some Busta Rhymes. Happy birthday. I'm sure he's going to celebrate in the right way.
He's way better as a collaborator too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you listen to Busta Rhymes' album, you're like, it's okay. But when he comes on to a song, he comes onto a track, and you don't know he's gonna be there. It's like, Busta Rhymes.
Right.
Those
No,
actors who's like a great supporting actor, but they can't be a lead role.
right.
Yes.
He's the guy. Careful, Davis. You don't want to have to start apologizing to Busta Rhymes. It's one thing to piss
Oh.
Harry Styles off. It's another thing to make Busta Rhymes mad. So
Hey.
you go easy there.
I want the Harry Styles fans to know my apology is coming. It's going to be extensive. Just
It's going to be good.
minutes.
Also, Joe Cocker, who died in 2014. But it would be his birthday today. A little help from my friends.
Great song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wasn't that the song for the Wonder Years?
Yep.
It was also kind of a cool show when you were growing up, or when I was growing up, not Morgan or Jamie.
Well, I remember it debuted after the Super Bowl one year. I don't know why I remember watching it, and then I loved that show.
Yeah, that was a good show. So Joe Cocker, and then also Jack Kevorkian,
Dr. Death.
Dr. Death. Yeah, so interesting array of birthdays today. And then we also have an interesting array of on this day events. On this day in 1873, Levi Strauss patented the first blue jeans with copper rivets. So Levi's date back to 1873. I wouldn't have guessed that it went back that far.
And I feel like it goes back further than that.
Well, before that, wouldn't they have to have worn like rustlers probably?
So
Wranglers?
it all goes back to the mining towns.
Wow.
People needed jeans so that their cotton pants stopped getting ripped.
Yeah.
And they actually originally he had all that denim because he was hoping to sell people tents.
Wow.
And they that's what partially why it had the rivets and stuff, I believe.
And then with the leftover denim.
He started 1853. It was after the gold rush, but I guess he didn't patent it for a while.
And then after the denim, they had enough left over to make jorts.
Yes.
1927, at 7:40 a.m., Charles Lindbergh took off from New York to cross the Atlantic for Paris aboard the Spirit of St. Louis. And then 5 years later, in 1932, Amelia Earhart left Newfoundland on her journey to become the first woman to fly solo and nonstop across the Atlantic. I feel like by doing it on the same day, she was trying to grandstand Lindbergh a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what? I just saw the other day a letter from Amelia Earhart to the New York Times, because when that happened, they referred to her as they mentioned her husband and just said it was her husband's wife flew the plane. So she wrote a letter and was like, "No,
That's terrible.
yeah." So Amelia Earhart, she wasn't going to handle that.
No, that was a sign of the times back then. And then probably the most important historic event in the history of today, May 20th, in 1989, Toonces the Cat took the wheel on Saturday Night Live.
Oh my God!
And Davis is laughing because you know Toonces the Cat, right? Morgan, you've never seen it.
That's amazing. Morgan,
Right? Jamie, never seen Toonces the Cat. You guys need to get on YouTube and YouTube Toonces the Cat
this is
and
what
watch
you
those
have to
ones.
do today.
Toonces was not a very good driver.
Oh no! You gotta watch some Toonces. You don't.
So
think
kids out there, dial up some Toonces on the YouTube today and get prepared to get your popcorn ready and get prepared to laugh, because Toonces the Cat is funny. Oh man, sports. Today in sports, in 1991, Michael Jordan was named the MVP.
I'm over it. I'm over Jordan.
Over Jordan. Jordan overload. We're done with him.
It's too much Jordan.
The Last Dance. There was a big. I watched or read a little bit about the rift between him and Horace Grant, because he accused Horace Grant of being a snitch, and then Horace Grant was not happy about it. So there's been a good back and forth there.
I'm Team Horace Grant. Give me the goggles.
The goggles. Right. I was hoping they would show Rusty LaRue in some of those videos. He was a little-known point guard from Wake Forest who played on that last championship team. And I've actually played pickup basketball with Rusty LaRue. He's a Winston-Salem kid, but his best friend went to Guilford. So I've hung out with Rusty LaRue a few times.
Rusty LaRue played with Michael Jordan. So you're only 2 steps from Michael.
Right, I'm only 2 steps away from having played with Michael Jordan. Rusty LaRue was also the quarterback at Wake Forest, quarterback and point guard. Don't see that much at Division I.
I'm surprised they didn't interview you for The Last Dance.
They should have. I would have been good. And then I'm really good at that game where you throw the dimes close to the door, too. I could have killed him in that. And then on a sad note, the Lobster Bowl last night, they announced, was canceled for the summer. So disappointing for, certainly for me, I was going to coach in it, but more disappointing for the players and their opportunity to play, and for the Shrine, who hosts such a great event that raises a lot of money for a good cause. So, hopefully we can get rid of this stuff soon and get back to some things that are normal and not miss these things. So that's where we're headed. What's all the buzz today? Jamie noted in the pre-production meeting that you can now bet on the Oscars. With the lack of sporting events that's going on out here, you now can bet on the Oscars.
I watched a guy solve a Sudoku puzzle for 25 minutes yesterday. There's a YouTube video. It's incredible.
Nice.
And it was like this British dude. He thought it was impossible. It's hard to explain how great it is, but it really was filling my lost sports. Like,
I'll take your word for it. You know what I've been watching? I've been watching the classic Celtics games on the Fox Sports News channel. So last night they showed the 81 Celtics Rockets, the championship game where the Celtics won it to win the title. So
wow.
I don't know how Mikhail got into those shorts. Crazy. But it was those have been fun to watch. So yeah, so that's number one. And what's all the buzz? So obviously entertainment purposes only there, but you can bet on the Oscars. Jamie, what are you going for best film? What's your prediction?
He has no idea.
Because here's the thing about the Oscars: they're all movies.
I haven't watched the movie.
You don't know any of them.
I don't know. I just haven't watched like an Oscar movie in forever. Oscar movies take a lot of work, and when you have like I mean, you know, when you have like 2 young kids, you're not gonna like. I'm not gonna sit down and like digest Little Women. Like I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna
Right.
watch them. I'm gonna watch the Avengers like 15 times.
Right.
And,
Or if it's late night, I'm gonna watch a rerun of like Major League or Talladega Nights or
yeah,
something like that.
exactly, right. Step Brothers. Like I'm gonna pop that in because my brain doesn't have to work hard to process that.
Right.
However, fun fact, I think if you were betting on the Oscars, I think Pretty Women is the one to go with because of how the betting works. Like if it's not the
Pretty
leader.
Woman come out in like 1991. I'm confused.
Is it Pretty Woman or Little Women or neither?
No, Little Women.
Pretty Woman seemed like the dark horse candidate.
No,
So if you're gambling fun at home, take Jamie's advice. He knows the names of the movies.
I would definitely lose all my money. That's
All right. We'll ask you on Friday about the actors and actresses. So try to do a little research, would you?
yeah, we'll see.
All right. Number 2, going back to Davis's boy, Michael Jordan's mansion selling for $15 million. Should have sold it for 23. Think he would have got it, right? That's his number.
You know what? I'm done with him. Done with him.
Done with him.
Done. Like,
Yesterday in a game of 21, I shot the winning free throws with my eyes closed. A la Michael Jordan, just to rub it in. And then this piece of news I find amazing. I can't believe I hadn't stumbled up on this before in a pre-production research meeting. Eva Zubek arrived on an island called Socotra. It has an ecosystem so unique, it's often referred to as the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean.
Ooh.
She was on a commercial flight from Cairo on March 11, going there to run a marathon, and now is just staying there playing her own game of Survivor.
That sounds too
Living on a deserted island to wait out this coronavirus.
now is she on the island alone, or are there like a bunch of villagers and it's just like?
There's some villagers, but like she's living on the beach.
Yeah, that's way too exotic. That's extra. The kids would call that extra.
That's extra.
I mean,
I think it's pretty nice.
did you hear a little while ago there was a newspaper article about some kids in like the 50s that crashed on an island and were stranded? It was basically Lord of the Flies, but it really happened.
No kidding. I did not hear that.
But less.
Like Lord of the Flies, because that's trash.
No, they
Oh,
cooperated. They were there for like over a year. They just like cooperated and they built a fire. They didn't Lord of the Flies it at all. And then they.
I feel like somebody told you that, but it's not true. Like when Jerry tells Elaine that Tolstoy's book was originally called War, What Is It Good For? He tells that to the Russian writer. He throws the organizer out the window. Like I feel like it's like that. I think somebody's messing with you. I don't think that actually happened.
I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't.
Anyway, and spoiler alert in case you haven't watched Survivor yet, because it was like last week, but Tony won Survivor. Did any of you guys watch Survivor?
No.
Tony is he's like the biggest like goof off character of all time. Like he climbs up in trees and spies on people. He's buried himself in the ground. Like he's done all these crazy things. He's absolutely certifiable crazy, and he now has won multiple times. It was a show with all past winners. So it was like the 20 best Survivor players ever. And they put him on there and he wins. It's unbelievable.
It's awesome.
So congratulations to Tony.
I respect that. Sometimes you just don't follow the rules. I don't know anything about that other than that I respect that he was refusal to follow the rules.
Right. I'd give you a comparison of who he reminds me of, but I don't think I can do it on the show. But remind me in the post-production meeting to tell you, and then you'll laugh. All right. I think we're on a Kim Jong-un update. Morgan, what do we got?
Well, do you guys want to put your guesses in or what
Yeah,
you guys think?
I will. Davis, you want to go first?
I think he's alive and he's gaining strength every day.
Jamie?
No, I think he's passed of the coronavirus and they're covering it up.
I'll take that a step further. This is what I think happened. I think that he had the coronavirus and they put him into some type of like Han Solo-like freeze.
Oh.
And then they brought him out to cut the ribbon at the fertilizer ceremony. And now he's back in the freeze while they are waiting to find a vaccine for the coronavirus. Because they're very adamant that there's no corona cases in North Korea, which I don't believe either. So I think right now he's actually the meter should be around somewhere between coma and dead, because he's in a I don't know, what do you call it?
He's like Ted Williams' head.
Yes.
the
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
He's barely alive and frozen, and they're trying to find a cure. We haven't seen him since he cut the ribbon.
I think he's even more alive than a normal person.
Is cryogenically frozen on the? Is that on the scale?
That needs to be a new meter. Well, all right. I want it in there for the next show.
What we were gonna
That's what I'm going with.
Morgan, let's see it.
What does she got?
Over here. We're at
Ooh,
a little past coma.
a little past coma. I think that's right where I am.
Yeah, no, I think that's where cryogenically frozen would be.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's way
Somewhere
over
between
here.
coma and almost dead.
I think that they maybe
Super alive.
replayed some like old clips or like released some old photos because we haven't seen him in a while.
He's so alive. You can't even imagine how alive he is.
I don't know what that means.
If he was cryogenically frozen, I would give anything to be part of a heist to steal him.
Yes. Yes. I'm in on that. I would do
Dennis
it.
Rodman. He's part of it.
If Dennis
Right.
Rodman,
If we can get Dennis Rodman, Seth Rogen, and James Franco, I think we send them over.
that would be a quality heist movie. Ocean.
It would.
Ocean.
It would be a better reality show.
It would. That would be amazing.
All right, Davis, give us some senior shout-outs so we can get to this top 6 today.
I'm waiting. There it is.
Riley Parmenter, going to Maine Maritime, the business and logistics program, and playing some football there. So Riley and Damian going to be joining forces again over at Maine Maritime.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Riley's a great kid. I can see him having a logistical mind. Also like that he's got some trees inside his house.
Right?
I
That's
like,
a pretty serious indoor tree.
yeah,
Yeah. It took a lot of logistics to get that to where it is.
that's true. That's true. Oops.
And then we got Brent Grant going to Central Maine Community College for plumbing. Brent sporting the football jersey.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Brent gonna get it. How would you assess Brent's hold on the football right there?
Well, he's holding it like a lineman would hold it. He does have he's got the tip of the ball somewhat covered. It should be, I don't know, maybe a little bit higher. I'm not a fan of what you know how you see in the NFL, the high and tight guys.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that because one, I think if you fall on the ball, you break your collarbone, and two, I think you can punch that out.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's down beside your rib cage, I think that's better. But that's not bad.
Not bad. All right. Nice job, Brent.
Way to go, Brent.
Marky Herman, who we highlighted last week as well, going to Norwich. That clearly is that a straw in his mouth and a Redskins hat?
I think the straw is from what are the little metal pouch drinks called?
Capri Suns.
I think he's
I
got a
don't know.
Capri Sun straw in his. Would you say that's a Capri Sun?
Yeah, that would be a Capri Sun straw.
So
When I buy juice boxes, that's what I get. Capri Suns.
also really focused on something.
He is.
Thinking.
Psychology and football.
Nice.
Congrats, Marky. Sam Ford, you're going to the United States Navy. Nuclear engineering program.
Whoa.
Done.
Right. If I'm okay with Sam being in control of some nukes.
That's awesome. Also, I like the one leg up on the grass. That's a
Right?
and the those look.
He's got a leg up on the competition.
That's true. He's gonna with a nuclear engineering degree.
Right.
Right? That's the whole point.
It's a cutthroat business. Nuclear.
There we go. So there's your senior shout outs for today. Now we are on to today's top 6, which because we have so many apologies from last show to make, we are going to do the top 6 apologies from last show. Morgan has so kindly crafted for us. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Morgan gets to start. Brrr.
Yeah, where's the drum roll? I guess I apologize for not having a top 6.
That's the whole apology. Oh, that was great, Morgan.
Oh, I was moved. I'm moved.
Wow. Feeling that one.
Oh, You really
I guess
set
we'll
the
just go to number 5 because that was so good.
It was. I don't know how you guys can top that, really, going down this list, but here we go.
Well, I'll try by apologizing to Bananas, which I guess I was not very kind to the Bananas last time. I'm sorry that you smell so bad, that you're so mushy and slimy, that I can't even stand to touch you. The mere smell makes me want to vomit. I'm sorry that you have to live an existence like that. I don't even like your small brother, the plantain. But I apologize that you have to live this rough life and forge on. So there you go, Bananas.
Are bananas slimy?
No, they're not.
Oh, bananas are gross. Like I cannot. That's my number one. Like if I'm gonna throw up, it's either because I have the flu or I'm near a banana.
You're near a banana.
Yep, those are the two things. So like near them.
Man.
All right, let's
Yep.
keep going here.
Number 4.
Oh,
Davis.
all right, so there was no sound, and much like today's show. All right, so right now it's quarter of. We're not even close to done this. I'm gonna have to rush around. You guys are gonna be yelling at me to get the link. We gotta send out the email. We gotta post it on Facebook, and then I gotta get like the Bluetooth speaker ready. Everything's gotta be ready. I gotta find the videos. This video is not gonna process yet. And sometimes in all of the things I'm doing, I forget to flick the little switch to turn the sound on. So I'm sorry.
Turn it on.
I want to point out that nobody yells at you. You're the one that yells at other people.
Well, it's Morgan, you have actually complained to me before. Your excuse for not getting things done is, well, you didn't yell at me. So,
I didn't say it's a bad thing. I just said you're the one that yells at people.
I thought you were talented enough to be able to do this, Davis, but I guess I was wrong.
it's because I have to get up, and then I have to walk over here, and then I have to turn it on, and then I have to come back.
That
Sometimes
took
I don't
so
have-
much time.
I don't have that much time sometimes. Like last time it was like 9:59 by the time we were out of the Zoom.
All right, well, we're going to drag out this top 6 to put the pressure on you then.
Yeah.
Give us number 3. Oh, Ventura.
Yeah, my arguments for old school versus new school or new school versus old school, I can't even do it now, is they were bad. Part of it is because like I'm between these two worlds. If Morgan's new school and you guys are old school, then I'm like mid school. Like I'm like smack dab in the middle. So I like Jordan more than LeBron. So it was hard to argue that. And I don't know. NBA Jam is one of my favorite games ever. I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, no, I gave really crappy arguments. Maybe ruined the fun, but I don't know what to tell you.
I think Sarah Duchette would just call you an old soul. Like you're, you're not quite in your generation. You're living in our generation.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I like the self-pity in that apology. Like, I guess I ruined everybody's fun. All right, Bjorn.
That was the typical middle-aged man apology, Jamie. That's where.
True.
All right, number 2. Oh man, now I got to apologize to watermelons. Watermelons, I apologize. I do not hate you as much as I hate bananas.
Can we just show this for a second? Hold on. This apology is actually due to the Instagram. We did a
Man.
poll, and you lost on who was right. 78% to 22. That was a blowout, Hathaway.
Yeah.
Is that your whole apology?
I mean, I apologize that the watermelon is not very good in any sort of form of candy or bubble gum. It's probably the worst flavor outside of banana. And when they combine them, it's like maximum grossness. And then once you cut up a watermelon, that's it. Like if you cut up a watermelon, nobody's going to eat that many pieces. And then you try to keep it in your fridge, but it gets all soft, and then the juice is there. And I don't know. Sorry, watermelons.
I can say I just cut up my watermelon the other day, and it's in 4 giant Tupperware containers, and there's no way I'll eat it.
Which
So.
is a pain in the ass. Then a pain in the butt. Then it takes your
I
whole refrigerator
Yes.
for one watermelon that I don't even eat.
the
So
whole watermelon.
the only thing I like about watermelon is the alternate pronunciation, watermelon.
Water Malone. It's like, that should be like your rapper name.
So on the next show, Morgan's going to sing Cher, Davis is going to sing Extreme, and I'm going to rap some Water Malone. Jamie, DJ that stuff up for me, would you?
Yeah, I'll drop a beat for Water Malone.
Perfect. All right, give us number one, Morgan.
All right. So first off, I'm going to go back to the screen sharing here. Let me see I really offended some people. As you can see, does the Buzz Media staff, mostly Mr. Davis, need to apologize? 67% said I need to apologize. Only 33% said no. And then on top of that,
I didn't know that's how you spelled his name.
well, that's how I do. Wait.
No, it's spelled correctly on there.
Oh, it is spelled correctly on there. Well, it's a hard name to spell. We also got this video that we can play right now.
Oh, all right. The Groovers.
Presented by the Groover Girls. Oh, wait. Now there's no sound. Hold on.
Surprise.
Boom, roasted. Nice work.
Wait a minute. Now we're going to have to.
Right.
I'm going to
Can you screen share with sound?
I didn't do that. Now let's try it.
Yeah, we're here today to go through our top 10 favorite Harry Styles songs in honor of him after we dissed him so horribly in the last episode.
You guys are terrible.
It was you. He doesn't deserve that. So we're here to honor him today. So coming in at number 10, we have Carolina. Number 9, To Be So Lonely. 8, Cherry.
Number 7, Sunflower Volume 6. Number 6, Two Ghosts. Number 5, Kiwi. Number 4 is Canyon Moon. Number 3 is Golden. Number 2 is From the Dining Table.
And number 1 is Lights Up.
All the lights couldn't put out the dark, running through my heart. Lights up and they know who you are. Know who you are. Do you know who you are? Step into the light. It's so bright sometimes. I'm not ever going back. Step into the light. So bright sometimes. I'm not ever going back. We love you, Harry Styles!
You know what?
Awesome.
I bet that happens a lot at their house. I bet they sing fight all the time.
You know what? Actually, I think that the Groovers should thank me because look how united the 3 Groover girls were in their anger at me. You're welcome.
Right. I like the Groovers better than Harry Styles.
Clearly.
I would want to be quarantined with the Groovers, I think, because they could just play your musical requests all day.
Yeah, absolutely. So
They can sing.
anyway, I did say that if an apology was needed, I don't even know Harry Styles at all, but I did a lot of research on him. They sent me some videos. I looked into his life. So I worked really for 2 days on this apology card. Because I know sometimes I'm told my apologies aren't sincere enough. So in this case, I think that I really nailed it. Here we go. We have got the I'm sorry, Harry Styles. I found out one thing that I was really impressed is that he is actually either, I'm not sure, dating or married to Sansa Stark, which is really awesome. She's really cool. That changed my opinion. You got the watermelons, some hearts in there. And then look at the lyrics here. Swag, swag, swag on you. Chilling by the fire while we eating fondue. And I love fondue. So as it turns out, Harry Styles is a lot cooler than I thought. And I sincerely apologize to you, Harry.
Wow. That's all I can say to that is wow.
I'm sure right now in the chat, everybody's talking about how great an apology that was. And you're welcome.
Right.
Oh.
No, I got to ask a question. Has the yearbook dedication already happened, or is it about to happen? Are we playing it first, or are we playing it now?
We are actually going to play it first because this video is not going to be processed in time. So,
right. That's what I was trying to cue you without you coming right out and saying it. Thanks for picking up on it. And also, thanks for not being so smooth on the cover there. So can we talk a little bit about it just before we go?
Yes, yeah.
So congratulations to Caroline Barklow-Labrie for the yearbook dedication. Caroline's worked very hard with the senior class, and obviously the year that they graduate, for her to be pregnant during that year probably hasn't made it any easier. So
Being pregnant during a pandemic and the shutdown and just all the things. But
everything's working against her, but she's kept a pretty good head about it and done a good job. So, and a former Levitt grad, always good to see the Levitt alums doing well, and she's been awesome. So, congrats, Caroline.
Yep, help them with so many things, and of course, one of the most important things they look at, they won the Winter Carnival.
Right.
Always an important factor.
Yep,
always. All right. I think we're on to the wrap up.